So we're going to learn how to draw freehand ellipses. An ellipse is a geometric shape that you will draw in order to recreate a realistic Coke can, a mug, a glass, the top of a vase, etc, etc. Okay, so you're going to use this grid here to draw out some freehand ellipses. Make sure all of the edges of the ellipse touch the lines either side. So can you see here, 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 and here? They all touch the lines. Okay, so there's 4 points where it needs to touch. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, remember we're artists, so we don't hold our pencils here. Okay, that's where we hold our pencil when we're writing. Instead, we're going to hold it about halfway up. Now, my pencil's really short, so that's halfway up for me. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to start off, and I want you all to sketch out your ellipses at first. Okay, so remember it's got to touch here, 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 and here. Okay, so that's ellipse number 1. All right. You can press on a little bit harder when you are happy that you've got the correct shape. Okay, so start from one point. Okay, you work into the other. Try and get your ellipse lovely. It's like a squashed circle. Okay. If it helps you, do dots. So you know then that that has got to match or go to that dot. But what you've got to make sure is that you don't end up with an unusual square. It's got to be a squished oval. Okay. So take your time. If you haven't started already, let's get started. And hopefully by the time you get to the bottom, your ellipses will be perfect. Remember to sketch your lines, please. Don't use a rubber, because if you use a rubber, you will find that you're then rubbing out that line, and you can't use that line to then gauge where the next one's going to go. So you see, like me, going over it all the time. Over each line, just to try and get the line as accurate as I can. You need to hold your pencil quite far away from the nib, because you need that freedom to kind of sweep it around. You can't sweep it around if it's close. So getting used to it being about half of your fingers halfway up the pencil goes in your favour. You see there, my line isn't quite accurate there, but I'm not rubbing it out. I'm just going back over it. Okay. What you might want to start doing is turning your page landscape and have a go at recreating an ellipse landscape. You might find that a little bit easier. Look at how free my pencil is to move around. The reason why you need to make sure that it touches the edges of 4 set areas is because we're practicing drawing lots and lots of different ellipses. Because ellipses do come in all sorts of sizes. Sometimes they look a little bit more like circles, sometimes they're really squished. Note that I haven't used a rubber at all here. You should be pressing on nice and light, so you don't really need to use a rubber. Look at how my pencil's sketching. No solid lines. No pointy edges either. For those of you that really enjoy drawing cars, this task will actually help you draw the wheels on the cars, because the wheels on the cars are never a perfect circle. Okay, and that is how you draw ellipses. So stop there, stop whatever it is that you're doing, okay, whether you've finished them or not. Okay, I want you to have a look and see which ellipse is your best one. So this one here is not very good for me, it's a bit pointy. Okay, and all I want you to do is put a little tick next to the ellipse that you think is your strongest one. Right, so for me, I think it's this one at the moment. Okay, now don't worry too much, because if we had more time, this is only a warm-up, then I would be able to show you how to tweak these a little bit better. But you've learned quite a lot from that, so well done.